All right, guys, I had to take a day off. This election, it's doing my head in. I'm not even American, and I'm already disappointed with the system. But guys, we have more news that came out yesterday. It came out yesterday lunch. I saw it anyway, so I'm going to report on it now. Um, we have more evidence of votes that are supposed to be for Trump going towards Biden. Can anyone admit that this election is a nightmare? This election is going to go down in the history of the most difficult election in history. And look, I want to sit there and say there's no conspiracy against Trump. I really, really do. But you have this sudden jump in votes, which they claim that was a input error. Okay, maybe it was an input error. Maybe you didn't mean to put in 138,000 votes. But I didn't see the votes go down after you'd fixed it. Right? So, like if you'd have put an extra zero instead of 13,000, you put 138,000, you would see a noticeable drop in the graph. Did that happen? We'd have to check. And then we found out that dead people, that the election was so popular, even the Walking Dead voted for Biden. Weird that, we've found 3 people already without even having to take much effort. Now people are going to sit there and go, oh, it's only 3. Whoop-de. They're the ones we know of. They're the ones that we have found. How many more are in this role that we don't know about? And then here's another instance of it, right? 6,000 votes for Trump were given to Biden in a glitch. Why is it these glitches are seemingly going one way? Has anyone seen a computer glitch that has given Trump votes instead of Biden? Why is it all these glitches that we keep finding in this election, all these dead people voting, all these computer input errors, these 6,000 votes in this computer system? Why is it that they always seem to go against Trump? Has anyone else noticed? Is anybody else suspicious as fuck about this election? Biden sat in a basement and didn't campaign, and we're going to expect to believe that he was a better candidate than Hillary Clinton. Don't get me wrong, I don't like Hillary, right? Fair call. But at the end of the day, someone campaigning would be beating someone in a basement no matter how bad a candidate he was or she was. So how did Biden supposedly get more votes or do a better job of beating Trump, the basement-dwelling Biden, by the way? Why did he do a better job of beating Hillary Clinton? Now, obviously, people are going to argue that, look, at the end of the day, the progressives, they came out and voted in droves. Really? Because what we're seeing is black Latinos have voted for Trump in record numbers. Mexicans voted for Trump in record numbers. And let's face it, this 6,000 votes, and we'll get to it in a sec, it's not 6,000 votes. If I take 6,000 votes off someone and I give them to someone else, that's a difference of 12,000. Because you're taking 6 off someone and giving 6 to someone else. Unless I'm doing my math wrong, I could be. Someone correct me if I'm wrong here. If I do, I'll put out an apology in the comments. But as far as I know, if I was going to give you 3 apples, and I take those 3 apples and I give the 3 apples to someone else, the difference is 6. I've taken 3 from you and given 3 to someone else. That's 6. I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, they went through and they recounted this, and we'll get to it in a sec. And look, don't get me wrong. Maybe I've got it wrong. Maybe it is only 6,000 votes. Let me know in the comments, right? But as far as I know, if I've taken 6,000 votes off you and I give those 6,000 to someone else, that should be a difference of 12. But regardless, right? Maybe it's tired here. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. But regardless, they went through and they recounted, and it ended up being a win for Trump of 2,000 votes. Even if it was only 6,000 votes, the difference. That means that place would have gone to Biden. That state, that province would have gone to Biden. And luckily they caught it. And by the way, that's not the only place where they're using this software that had that glitch. And it's not just 1 or 2. 47 different locations, provinces, use this glitch, have this glitch, in the same capacity. Same software is used in 47 other counties across the state of Michigan, a state where Joe Biden made a comeback. I wonder why he made a comeback. Maybe because the voting machines can't seem to count. During a press conference, Michigan GOP chairwoman Laura Cox said an algorithm county ballots were counted for Democrats that were meant for Republicans, causing a 6,000 vote swing against our candidates. The county clerk came forward and said a tabulating software glitch caused a miscalculation of the votes. The same software is used by 47 other counties across the state of Michigan, a state where Joe Biden made a comeback upon mail-in ballots. Since then, we have discovered that 47 counties use the same software in the same capacity. I also want to know, what about Pennsylvania? What about Texas? What about Michigan? Do they use the same software? Antrim County had to hand count all of the ballots. They used the software, of course, determined the results are similar to the people of Michigan deserve a transparent and open process. Thank God at least someone is doing that. Antrim County is home to 18,000 residents. This means a third of the votes casted in the county were fraudulently counted as Biden votes. If this is the case, it is wise for the GOP and the Trump campaign to ask for a full hand recount on ballots in Michigan. And I would totally agree. Here's the video here. We actually have the video. Actually, do we have the video? And everybody, here's the video here. Everybody is reporting on this. This is not something
if all this wasn't enough.
This is not just like, like mainstream media is ignoring it. Well, they are actually. But here, the Daily Mail is even reporting on it. But let's listen to the chairwoman, the GOP chairwoman, talk about this.
In Antrim County, ballots were counted for Democrats that were meant for Republicans, causing a 6,000 vote swing against our candidates. The county clerk came forward and said, tabulating...
Okay, so they said 6,000 vote swing. So maybe it was 3,000 votes. Maybe that's the 3,000 votes, but it was a swing of 6,000.
Software glitched and caused a miscalculation of the votes. Since then, we have now discovered that 47 counties use this same software in the same capacity. Antrim County had to hand count all of the ballots, and these counties that use this software need to closely examine their results for similar discrepancies.
No, they don't. everybody in Michigan needs to hand count these ballots. I'm sorry, done with computers. Get these George Soros machines out of the ballot office. Hand count every single ballot box. Hand count every single ballot. Double check everything. This is the presidency of the United States of America. This is not some high school popularity beauty pageant or, high school Miss Queen of the school competition. This is the presidency of the United States. If you can't get this right, go back to running beauty pageants or something. This is serious stuff. This is going to be the person that sits there and makes rules and legislations for the next 4 years. This is not the high school prom king or queen competition. This is serious shit. And you need to take this a little bit. Get these voting machines, which have a huge problem with seemingly making mistakes in the favor of Joe Biden. Get these machines out. Count every single ballot by hand. If you need to employ 50 people to do it, then employ them. Get the ballots counted and get them counted fast. Because I tell you, the amount of shenanigans that are going on regarding this, and now I've got shenanigans. The amount of shenanigans going on regarding this election is absolutely insane. The US can't seem to run an election when there's an anti-establishment running in it. Who would have thought? The last time we had this amount of, not even as this bad, but the last time we had this amount of problems was Al Gore versus George Bush. And even that wasn't as bad as this. This stuff needs to be taken seriously. And these mainstream media that's sitting there going, Joe Biden's won, everybody. Do you want the next 4 years to have Joe Biden, the president-elect, we think? Do you want to give the Republicans ammunition when it comes to claiming he's an illegitimate president? I would say probably not. I would say that this election needs to be, up and on its honest opinion, needs to be transparent as you know what. Because otherwise, you are going to be dragged into the Supreme Court. You're already going to do that anyway. But you're going to be dragged into the Supreme Court over this. We have Project Veritas, and we're going to be talking about this. Today, it's all about elections, guys. I apologise, but that needs to be said, right? Project Veritas going on about people backdating ballots, and sending them in. We got dead people voting in the election. We have a machine glitch that supposedly gave 6,000 swing to Joe Biden. And we seemingly have a computer input glitch where Joe Biden supposedly got 138,000 votes. But don't worry, they supposedly changed it. We didn't see much of a drop though, did we? I don't know if there was like 115,000 votes extra. Would we have not seen the graph change? Did it change? Did anyone check? I don't know. It seems a little fishy is all I'm saying. It seems it's a little frigging weird that these glitches are always against the anti-establishment Trump. But don't worry, Jimmy Dore keeps spouting on about how he's establishment, right? Sure, Jimmy, Don't get me wrong, man. I love you when you talk about the anti-war stuff. But when you sit there and spouse out about Trump being an establishment, and we literally have all this stuff happening, tell me how he's establishment. Because what I see here is the establishment having a fit, turning themselves into a pretzel, trying to rig this election. That's how I see it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We're going to talk about Project Veritas, and I'm going to try and put out a third video that's not a lot election-based, but regardless. Guys, apart from that, have a great night, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below.